Hi, this is Jeff Burbrink with the Purdue Extension office in Elkhart County, and I wanted to say a few words about what you do with plants when you bring them home before they go into the garden. A lot of times if you go to a box store or a garden center, you're going to get these plants. They've been in a greenhouse, and that greenhouse is pretty warm. It might be 70, 80 degrees in that place, and then if the plants are put directly outside, they're going to experience temperatures that are in the lower 40s or 50s, and then in the daytime maybe go up to 80s, pretty much right out of the chute. So one of the techniques that we do to try to get plants ready for being outdoors instead of in that protected greenhouse environment is we do something called hardening off. What that involves is we bring the plants home and we put them in a shady area that's exposed to wind, it's exposed to some temperatures and that sort of thing that vary, but then in the evening we bring those plants indoors. So for instance, I've got these plants here. These are some plants that I brought home just today on May the 6th. These are just some geraniums that came from our 4-H sale. These particular geraniums were in a greenhouse just 2 days ago, and they haven't been hardened off yet, so they've been very used to some warm temperatures without wind and that sort of thing. If I were to put them directly into the garden, they probably wouldn't do very well. So over the next week or 10 days or so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure they get adequate water. I've got them on rolling carts, as you can see here, and I'm going to pull them into my garage in the evenings. Then in the morning hours, once it's warm again, I'm going to pull them back out, give them some more water, and let them get used to being in the sun. I've got them underneath a shade tree here, so they get in dappled sunlight. It's not direct sunlight, which could be pretty harsh on a new leaf. So I've got 10 flats here, and I'm going to be taking those in and out of the house every day. I've got them because I am a little bit handicapped. I do put them on wheel carts so I can get them in and out very easily. It makes it very simple. You should be doing that with all your tender annuals, including things like tomatoes, melons, squash, any of those more tropical plants that you tend to plant towards the end of May in northern Indiana. You need to get those things, what they call, hardened off before they actually end up going into the ground. That'll make for a much healthier plant later. To give you an idea of when our average last frost is in Indiana, typically that's April the 25th is our average last frost, and there are about 10% of those average last frosts that occur after May the 6th. So we are going to experience a frost probably in the next 2 days from what I understand. So these plants will need to be inside. I'll probably need to keep them going in and out of the house, out of the garage, for probably the next 2 weeks before I actually stick them in the ground. So I hope that's some helpful information. If you have some other ideas of programs you'd like us to do, please give me a call at the Purdue Extension office in Elkhart County or drop me an email. This has been Jeff Burbrink with our gardening tip for today.